Well guys, so we're going to be doing something slightly a bit more different in terms of, though it's still stylized character, but something a bit more rounded and also structural like this. So I'm going to, it's more or less trying to create a shape of an head that looks more or less like this. Yes, more or less like this. Then also modifying it to look something somewhat like this, or like this, or like this, however way, or even like this, however way you want it to be. But the general proportion of the head is more or less like something like so. General proportion and roundedness of the head is something more or less like so. So I have a reference, some screenshot I kind of took from a tutorial I watched online. I can't remember the guy's name. I think Nikolai, I think so. But I think I'm going to drop the link in the description. So it's more or less like a breakdown of how to block out that a similar shape. Then after that, we can modify it to kind of look somewhat close to what we need it for. So let's get started. On it. So I'm going to, I think I already have this in a folder already. Okay, so let me just hide whatever is in this folder. Then I'll append a sphere. Okay, select that sphere. So on the side view, which is what we want. So you can see more or less from the side view. This one in the front view rather. So from let's change this up to the side view. Let me just maximize this. You can put this here instead. Kind of make sure we're on the side view. Then I'm going to, let me make sure symmetry is turned on. Okay. On the side view, this is around 8K. I don't know if we need that much though. Let's see. Okay, let us keep it basis. Then more or less like create something like so. Okay. Let's smooth this out. Don't know if I should even block out. Okay, let us block out something for the year. Let me kind of capture the transition a bit more. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just block out something for, I think I'll more or less block out something for the neck. Maybe not now, but let's just carry on. Maybe now. Let's just carry on. Then I'm more or less going to block out where the standard brush, where the eye should be. Probably more or less somewhere around here should be fine. Now just do a smooth for that. Okay. I think I need to move this down somewhat like so. Okay. Then more or less like start blocking out where the eye socket should be. So I'm probably going to use, it's not even, you see the move brush should do this just fine. So somewhere around here. Okay. So with the standard brush, kind of create an indentation around here. Something more or less like this. Now smooth that down. Then create more or less where the nose should be. Like so. Smooth that down. Shouldn't be too intense for now. Maybe even use the move brush and just take down the brush size and just bring this out a bit more like so in here. Alright, let me use the standard brush and kind of accentuate this a bit more and smooth that out. No, that's way too intense. Smooth that out. So I'll need to kind of get this. Let me see how I think I'm going to show you guys later on. But more or less like let me block out where the ear should be. Somewhere around here, smooth that out. Okay, that's way too smoothed out. Let me just do something like this, something like so. Maybe I should just bring in something for the neck. Let's just bring in something for the neck. So I append another cylinder in here. Select that cylinder and just shrink this in a bit more. Extend this out. Like so, maybe a bit more like so. Okay, something like this should be fine. Okay, can definitely work with this. Maybe backwards a bit more. So back to the head. So let's kind of block out where the eyeball should be. But let's first kind of accentuate this a bit more. Kind of make this something like so. More or less a bit deeper than it is right now. Then I'm going to use the clay brush and kind of create an indentation around here. Something like so. Now smooth that out. Shouldn't be too intense though. Something around here should be fine. So from this angle, something like so. Now smooth that out. Then I'm more or less going to create a ball for where the eye should be. Now that is too much. Okay. Something more or less like so. Smooth this down a bit more. Kind of make the nose a bit sharper than it is, a bit smaller like so. In here also. Okay. For the lips, I need to raise this out. Let me put something like this for the lips. Just more or less like an indicator that the lips is supposed to be in there. Then let's adjust the skull shape a bit more. Something more or less like this should be fine. Okay. So let's have something that should work for the lips. But before that, let me kind of accentuate this part. Something like so. Okay. You take down this both sides. Okay, so let's block out something for the lips. Okay, I think the main structure is already in there now. You just need to create something. For the lips, more or less like a block, more or less like a block out for the lips. Okay. No worries, we'll just modify this until this feels right. Probably even add more subdivision level to this. Let me just add some more fleshiness in these parts. Let's move that in. Okay. Use the mode brush. I try and correct this a bit more. I think I need to do a dynamash for this so I have more resolution to work with in here. Okay. Let's see what else we can use to kind of block most of this in here before moving on. Let's just dynamize this. So I'm going to merge these two down. I'm going to use the merge down for this. Okay. Then I would, let's see. Yes, let me do dynamash for this. I think we have, okay. I don't want to completely wash off most of this detail though, so just move this out a bit more like so. Let's get a better lips on here. So, I can use the standard brush instead to block out something for the lips. Yeah, this obviously looks weird. So I'm going to do more or less do a fillet for this. Just fill this up. Look for a better brush that will do a better job for me. Okay. Let me use the same standard brush and kind of expand this out a bit more like so. Holding out and extend this out. Holding out and extending this out like so. Yeah, it feels weird on this side obviously, so we need to kind of fix that. Block out an indentation for the lower part of the lip. Now this needs to extend out a bit more. That's way too aggressive. Just compensate for this and just smooth this down. Okay. Probably need more probably need more resolution for this to get this to look right. But before I will do anything else, I need to make sure most of the blocking out feels right before I kind of add more polygons to this. Trying to make the lips a bit more thicker than it is right now, especially on this part. Okay. Yeah, let me just do something for the nose. Let's get something for the nose. So let me just use this as a more or less like our main reference, kind of get this to look, some of this to look right. And take down the smooth intensity of the brush. Okay. Probably make this a bit more pointed. And let's create an indentation in here. Okay. We still need to round this up a bit more though. So let's do a block out for where the eye should be. Let's smooth this down a bit more first. Now just accentuate this a bit more. Okay. We will use the move brush and then just adjust this out a bit more. Right. Flesh out. Let's flesh this out a bit more. Flesh this out a bit more. No. Then them standard brush, I need to create an indentation in here, like more or less like a gap in here. Just smooth that out. I think I did it, overdid it in there. I think I went too far. That this should be fine. Then let's give her a bit more cheeks to it. Let's kind of pull out the cheeks a bit more. Take this from the side. I'm going to use the move brush to raise it up a bit more. Okay. We're more or less just creating blockouts for this. We're still going to modify this later on to look somewhat the way we want it to be. Just smooth all of this out. I need to kind of use the standard brush. No, that's way too much. To create like an indentation around here. That's way too aggressive. Let me take down the intensity of that brush. So holding Alt, I'll just create an indentation around here even more. That's way too small. Indentation around here like so. Now smooth that. Since smooth brush is way too high. Now smooth that down just to have a better transition to it. Maybe our eyes is overly extended. Okay. Getting something in there now. So let's see what else can we adjust in here. Okay, this one has a much fuller lips to it, so let's see if we can get that lightness of a bit more fuller lips in there. Also need to kind of flesh this out a bit more. Now smooth that back down. Just add a bit more roundedness to it. Like so. Now smooth that down. This we need to have an indentation in here. That's way too much though. Something like so. Smooth that down. To tighten out the edges. Tighten this out a bit more. And it feels way too high. Maybe create something like so in here and smooth that out. Okay. So I need to kind of have like something. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can capture that properly. So we clear builder brush. Let's build something on here. So yeah, we need to kind of, yes, the jawline is not so visible now. So let's kind of get that to look, to be more visible in there. Now smooth that in a bit more, even more. It shouldn't be that sharp. Smooth this in. Then adjust the neck to feel more believable, more or less more believable. Now just use the move brush and fix this up. Okay. Maybe that feels too aggressive though. That's definitely too aggressive. Let me use something a bit lighter. Take down the intensity of that brush. Okay. And raise this in a bit higher. So this is just feeling way too much though. Way a bit too much. I want to kind of shrink this in slightly like so. Just to create a gentle temporal line in there. Something more or less like this should be fine. So I'm just going to plug in a year. Then I think from there on we now have a good base to work with and to modify to kind of capture something like this in there. So let me just plug in something for the year. I think I can use the let's see. Yes, let's play something for the year. Should be something here that I need to fix though. Sharpen this out a bit more. And that feels a bit slightly weird. Let's fix a yes. I'm going to append. This still can append. Let's append the what's it called now? Let's append a cube. Select that cube.